Hi, it's Will from StormTheCastle.com, and here on YouTube you know me as Epic Fantasy. That's right! And this is my latest video. This is a quirky little video. It is how to make a diorama inside an egg. You see that? That's an actual egg. And I actually got chickens inside there, and a chicken lady. Kind of a weird little thing. How often do you get full-size chickens inside an egg? Does this solve our question of what comes first, the chicken or the egg? I don't think so. But it's a fun little project. Challenge with this is, cracking the egg right. And I'll show you how I did it, and I'll give you some suggestions on how you can do it. But I think this is a really fun little thing you can do. And if you make something like this, make sure you send me pictures, and you can do anything you want. Put anything you want in there. And let me give you a sneak preview. Before we launch into the introduction, into the tutorial, let me give you a sneak preview. We also came across a dragon egg, and we made a diorama inside that. That is a video coming up. That's a really cool project. You're going to like it. So lately we've been on an egg kick. So that's it. Thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for subscribing if you're a subscriber. Hit that button. Leave me a comment. Leave me a project suggestion. So let's launch into the intro, and then let's do how to make a diorama inside an egg. Thank you. Dioramas, origami, catapults, and treasure stays, telescopes, terrariums, bonsai trees, and paper games, swords and shields, and real blacksmithing, model rockets, animation. I teach the art of real creation. StormTheCastle.com. Let's make something. Okay, the next time you make breakfast, set aside one of those eggs, because we're going to make a diorama with it. And if you can, get the jumbo brown eggs. The larger eggs are better, and I think brown eggs have a thicker shell. I'm not exactly sure, but I think so. So put it on something to hold it. A roll of tape will do fine while you're working on it. And then paint it with some kind of a sealant. Mod Podge was great for that. That is to strengthen the shell and to give it longevity. Mark out how you want the opening to be on it. And then the best way to actually cut out the opening is with a Dremel tool and a cutoff. That's the best way. It works really well for something like this. But if you don't have a Dremel tool, you do have some options that I tried. They're more challenging but can be done. Put masking tape on the egg and then mark off the opening and then cut it with an X-Acto knife. You can just go ahead, after you Mod Podge it, you can go ahead and try cutting it, and that will work, but you're going to ruin a couple of eggs getting a feel for how it cuts. And the opening can be a little ragged like that. That actually would look good if the opening was a little bit tattered like that. It's actually kind of nice. So rinse it out really well. And then Mod Podge or seal the inside of the egg after you dry it. So now the inside and the outside of the egg are all nice and sealed. It'll keep it strong, and it will keep it preserved for a long period of time. So depending on the scene you're going to make inside your egg, you're going to paint it differently, but what I did was I laid down just standard terrain techniques for diorama making. A base of green down at the bottom for the ground, and then a sky of blue, and once I had the sky in, I also added some clouds. To make the ground, I used some florist foam, and I like florist foam because it's very easy to work with. So cut yourself a piece for the ground that make sure it fits into the hole that you made in the egg. Put some glue in there. And then glue it in place. Now, if you can get some of the pieces, you can actually work on that base separately outside the egg. But you got to be careful. If you add too much stuff to it, you can't get it inside the egg. So I put it in first and then added all the pieces afterward. It just meant having a good pair of tweezers. So see, that looks good. So now I made a little fence, and I used pieces of wire. Just like that. See, it looks good. So I continued adding pieces of wire to make the fence, and then I put a horizontal piece across them. And then some painting. See, now that the fence is painted brown, and then I painted the ground green. You know, I was working on this diorama and I was like, it just had this weirdest feeling that I should have put like a tornado in the background because it was like a scene from The Wizard of Oz. Just felt like it. And then I sprinkled on some terrain texture, and look how that gives a wonderful look to the ground. I do have tutorials on how to make this texture yourself by rasping foam. But that's Woodland Scenic's texture. It's really got a nice feel to it. But you can make it yourself. And there we go. So now the ground, the background, and everything is prepared. We just need to put our figures in. A little bit of a tacky glue to the little chickens. Those are railroad figures. I don't remember what scale it is. It might be HO. So when you work away from the back forward, so you don't get in your own way when you're placing pieces in. And that's it. I placed the little chicken lady in there, and we're good to go. And don't it seem like there should be a twister in the background there? That's it. You have made a diorama out of an egg. Quirky and unique little project. I really enjoyed making it. Like I said, we get a dragon egg diorama coming up. That project is really spectacular. You're going to like that. Stay tuned for it. And let's take a look at, if you like diorama making, let's take a look at some more diorama projects I have. That's the Game of Thrones diorama. That is the Hobbit's Bag End diorama. And one of my favorites is a geode with the scene from the movie Tangled in it. That's the little tower Tangled. And then how to make a waterfall in a diorama. Thank you.